We are the mathletes, sharp and bright, solving problems day and night. Numbers, fractions, big or small, we will conquer them, we'll solve them all.
Now, I'm going to show you how to convert fraction to decimal and percentage. It says, converting fractions to decimals, divide the numerator by the denominator and round if needed. While converting decimals to percents, multiply the decimal by 100. Move the decimal 2 times to the right. So let's jump right into number 1, where we have 2/5 or 2/5. So here again, divide the numerator by the denominator. So 2/5 and this fraction is less than a whole. So our decimal is going to be less than a whole as well, because this decimal is going to be equivalent to 2/5. So we can't do 2/5 right. We can take a whole group of 5 out of that 2, so we need to extend our division problem by putting a decimal and a 0. So now we can think of that as 20. Bring our decimal straight up. How many whole groups of 5 can we pull out of 20? Well, 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract, and we get a 0. And that tells us we're done. So 2/5 is equal to 4/10. Okay, let's work this through converting the decimal 0.4 to a percent. To convert a decimal to a percent, we multiply the decimal by 100, or move the decimal point 2 places to the right. The decimal given is 0.4. To convert this to a percent, we can multiply 0.4 by 100. So 0.4 times 100 equals 40%. Alternatively, we can move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 0.4 to 40%. So the decimal 0.4 is equivalent to 40%. Next, I'm going to teach you how to convert decimals to fraction and percentage. Remember, when converting decimals to fraction, we write the decimal number as a numerator, and we write its place value as a denominator. And when converting fraction to percentage, divide the numerator by the denominator and multiply by 100. As we go through this example, so let's proceed here, where we have 4/10. Now that decimal ends in the tenths place, so that's going to be the denominator for our fraction. Again, wherever the decimal ends, that's going to be your denominator, so 4/10. And now, we are going to go from fractions to percents. So we are going to divide the numerator by the denominator and then multiply that answer by 100. And we do that by moving the decimal twice to the right. So we have example that we're going to go through together in order to help you get this down. So here we have 4/10. So we need to divide the numerator or top number by the denominator. 4 divided by 10. So we need to extend our division problem by putting a decimal and a 0. We can think of that as 40. Bring our decimal straight up. How many whole groups of 10 can we pull out of 40? Well, 4. 4 times 10 is 40. Subtract, and we got a 0. And that tells us we are done. 4/10 is equals to 0.4. So next, let's proceed converting decimals to percentage. We can do that by moving the decimal twice to the right. And we get 40%. Lastly, we are going to convert percent to fraction and decimal. Remember, when converting percents to fractions, percent means per 100, or you can think of it as out of 100. While converting fractions to decimals, divide the numerator by the denominator and round if needed. Let's take a look at this example. We have 82%, so that means 82 out of 100, or 82 per 100. So our fraction would be 82 hundredths, or 82 over 100. That's how you put a percent to a fraction. Now, we can simplify that fraction. So a common factor between 82 and 100 would be 2. It's actually the greatest common factor. Let's divide both by 2 to get our fraction in lowest terms. So 82 divided by 2 is 41. And 100 divided by 2 is 50. And to convert it again from fraction to decimals, we need to divide the numerator by the denominator. 41 divided by 50. So we need to extend our division problem by putting a decimal and a 0. And we can think of that as 410. Bring our decimal straight up. How many groups of 50 can we pull out of 410? And it's 8. And 8 times 50 is equals to 400. Subtract, then we have 10. 10 divided by 50 is cannot be. So we add another 0, bring down 0, so it turns 100. How many whole groups of 50 can we pull out of 100? So basically, it's 2. So 2 times 50 is equals to 100. Subtract, then we got a 0. Finally, we have 0.82. So 41 over 50 is equivalent to 0.82.
Fractions, decimals, and percentages may seem like just abstract math concepts, but we use them all the time without even realizing it. From cooking at home to understanding fuel efficiency, these numerical representations help us make sense of the world around us. Let's start with fractions. In the kitchen, when we're cooking at home, we often need to use fractions to measure out the right amount of ingredients. For example, if our recipe calls for 1/4 cup of flour, we need to be able to accurately measure that fraction to get the dish right. Fractions also come in handy when we're dividing up food, like cutting a pizza or cake into equal slices. If you have a pizza cut into 8 slices and you want to give each person a fair share, you need to take 1/8 of the pizza.
Now, let's talk about decimal. Example number 1. Car might have a fuel efficiency rating of 25.8 miles per gallon, indicating how many miles the car can travel per gallon of fuel.
Finally, let's look at percentage. Percentage are a way to express a part of a whole as a fraction of 100. We use percentage in all kinds of every situations. If you deposit 10,000 pesos in a savings account with a 3% annual interest rate, you would earn 300 pesos in interest over a year. The percentage helps determine how much you will earn or owe based on the amount of money involved. If a store offers a 20% discount on a pair of shoes that cost 2,000 pesos, you calculate the discount by multiplying 20% by 2,000 pesos, which is 400 pesos. So, you save 400 pesos and pay 1,600 pesos for the shoes.